My name is Hernani Lopez, and the title of this presentation is Identification of Material Properties of Green Laminate Composite Plates Using Bio-Inspired Optimization Algorithms. Composite materials are well established in the aerospace and automotive industries. Nowadays, composite materials represent on average between 20 to 60% of the total materials present in an aircraft. These materials are the combination of two or more different materials. In the automotive and aerospace industry, the use of reinforced fibers composite materials is widespread. The most common fibers used in industry are synthetic fibers, which are glass, carbon, and aramid fibers. Nowadays, natural fibers are emerging in the industry and may replace glass fibers too, and even carbon fibers. Several studies demonstrated that flax fibers present similar properties to glass fibers. Natural fiber composites have several advantages such as reduce the ecological footprint of the part, reduce weight. The cost of the part is cheaper. The cost of recycling. Disadvantage: sensitive to moisture, and highly combustible. Despite these disadvantages, in September 2020, Porsche presented the Porsche 718 Cayman GT4 with a fully flax fiber composite body. With this replacement, the vibration damping improves by 5 times, and in the event of an accident the bodywork would break down into larger, less sharpened pieces. With the constant development of new composite materials and the variability that occurs in the manufacturing process inherent to these materials, methods are needed to easily determine the elastic constants of composite materials. In this work, a non-destructive method for identification of composite materials properties, using commercial software is presented. MATLAB and ANSI are integrated to solve the proposed optimization problems. This method is tested using plates of different materials such as glass fibers, wood fibers, and plywood. Methods for material properties identification. The methods for identifying mechanical properties can be divided into two groups: destructive and non-destructive methods. This work is focused on non-destructive methods. These methods require an experimental part, where constructive characteristics of the materials are measured, and then, in conjunction with a numerical part, the material properties are obtained. The method proposed in this work uses the vibrational method to extract modal parameters, such as natural frequencies and mode shapes. Natural frequencies are frequencies at which a structure tends to vibrate. It depends on how the mass and stiffness are distributed in the structure, being this different for each structure mode shape. These are two examples of mode shapes: the first mode at 103 Hz, presented on the left, and the 14 mode at 1419.62 Hz, presented on the right. A generic optimization problem aims to find the design variables, which minimize an objective function. These design variables are subject to constraints whether they are equality or inequality. Optimization methods can be divided into based on gradients or not based on gradients calculation. Among the non-based on gradients, we have the meta-heuristic optimization algorithms inspired by nature, which was the chosen methods for this work. The chosen optimization method are nature-inspired meta-heuristic algorithms. These have the advantage of being applied to any type of function. However, the overall minimum is not guaranteed. This class of algorithms can be classified according to the source of inspiration, whether they are inspired by biological systems or inspired by physical systems. Within those inspired by biological systems, we have a special subsection that is based on fish and bird flood intelligence. With the development of more advanced computers, more and more meta-heuristic algorithms have been developed. The algorithms studied in this work were the genetic algorithm, particle swarm optimization algorithm, gray wolf optimization algorithm, firefly algorithm, and cuckoo search algorithm. The genetic algorithm. Based on Darwin's theory of evolution and natural selection of biological systems. First introduced by John Holland in 1960. Use it with biological operators such as crossover, mutation, and selection of the fittest to go through the search space. This flowchart on the left represents the functioning of this algorithm. The particle swarm optimization algorithm. Based on the behavior of flock birds, swarms of insects, the shoal of fish, and even the behavior of humans. Search agents move through the search space communicating the best position to the other search agents, moving to the point with the best result. This flowchart represents the operation of this algorithm. The Gray Wolf optimization algorithm. Based on the social hierarchy and hunting behavior of the gray wolves. In the social hierarchy, we have alphas, betas, and delta, and omega. The hunting behaviors are divided into 4 phases. Search for prey, surround, hunt, and attack. This flowchart represents the operation of this algorithm. The firefly algorithm. This uses as a source of inspiration, the bioluminescent flashes of fireflies. These flashes are used to attract potential partners or attract potential prey. This algorithm is based on 3 idealized rules. All fireflies are unisex. The attractiveness is proportional to the brightness. And these 2 factors reduce with increasing distance. The less bright fireflies move towards the brighter ones. This flowchart represents the operation of this algorithm. The cuckoo search algorithm. This is inspired by the parasitic behavior of some species of cuckoos, which lay their eggs in the nests of other birds, as well as the flight pattern known as Levi flights, which consists of random 90-degree curves. This algorithm is based on 3 base rules. Each cuckoo lays 1 egg at a time in each randomly chosen nest. The best nests with the best quality eggs are carried into the next generation, and the number of host nests is fixed, with the possibility of the nest being discovered and discarded by the host bird. This flowchart represents the functioning of this algorithm. Implementation. The flowchart represents the functioning of the objective function. The project variables are the elastic constants. These are introduced into ANSYS, which returns natural frequencies, being then related to the experimental natural frequencies through the phi function. The value returned by phi is evaluated by the optimization algorithm that selects the best solution. These are some of the objective phi functions that relate to the various frequencies of each specimen. The stopping criteria are defined as follows. Tolerance is defined as when the relative difference of the best and the second best is less than 10⁻⁶, or 10⁻⁹, the algorithm ends. Another stopping criterion used is the maximum number of iterations, which was defined as 1000 for all cases. We have studied different parameters that influence the identifications of the material constants. This allowed us to make comparisons of the results with different algorithms, different sets of experimental natural frequencies, different set of search agents, different objective functions, with different number of natural frequencies, and with different number of search agents. The items in bold will be shown in this presentation. The other items are reported in the full paper. Application to Specimen 1. The first optimization problem presented uses Specimen 1, which is an aluminium specimen being classified as isotropic with only 2 design variables. For this specimen, the first 9 natural frequencies are provided. This optimization problem uses this objective function that lists using 50 search agents for all algorithms, as well as the stopping criteria are the same for all algorithms that was 10⁻⁶. The maximum number of iterations was 1000. The particle swarm optimization algorithm leads to the best result, presenting the smallest error. Here we compare the performance of the particle swarm optimization algorithm with the gray wolf optimization algorithm. The gray wolf optimization algorithm presents the worst performance due to the dispersion of search agents during the iterative process, being the best results achieved after 996 iterations. On the other hand, the particle swarm optimization algorithm has the best performance and only requires 35 iterations. Optimization problem of Specimen 1, the best and the worst cases. As it is a meta-heuristic method, there may be differences depending on the initial population. For this, the same optimization problem is solved 50 times. Getting the values present in the table. Note the reduced standard deviation. The worst and the best cases are represented side by side as the case that takes the most time and the case that takes the least time. However, the values obtained for the elastic constants are in essence always the same, showing the independence of the initial population. 2 green composites presented in the literature were analyzed using other methods. These are named here as specimens 4 and 5. 50 search agents are used. The stop criterion tolerance is 10⁻⁻⁶. The maximum number of iterations is 1000. For the fourth specimen, only the first 7 experimental frequencies are used. For the fifth specimen, only the first 5 frequencies are used. The particle swarm optimization and the Firefly algorithms give slightly better results than other algorithms. However, there are not enough known natural frequencies to correctly determine the elastic constants, showing an error of around 40% for both cases. Conclusions and future developments. A method for the identification of material properties in composite structures using commercial software is presented. This method was applied to several specimens of different materials. The independence of the initial population for the particle swarm optimization algorithm is demonstrated. The thumb rule: we need 2 times more frequencies than the number of design variables. For the particle swarm optimization algorithm, the number of research agents used must be equal to or greater than 50. This method proved to be highly adaptable to rectangular plate specimens. As future developments, a more efficient algorithm with a dedicated FEM code should be chosen to reduce the computation time. More experimental natural frequencies should be used to obtain more accurate results, and also including other types of experimental data, such as mode shapes. Thank you for your attention.